Hello YouTube, this is Victor and thanks for joining me again today on Vlogtober. I just had coffee with a friend, so I actually went back the same area as yesterday. The tower is behind me, the weather is very much more grey, but behind me, right, you can see here, is the Marché Maisonneuve. So I'm in the Hochelaga area. And I had breakfast with a friend, lunch with another friend, and afternoon tea with my friend Joe. So on Facebook I was here, so I say, oh, okay, let's catch up. I thought she was in Europe. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about Montreal in a few minutes. So if you are from Montreal, sorry, you might not learn much, but you're more than welcome to add more to this video. Just add more comments and educate everybody else with me. So Montreal is always been a very religious city. You have church everywhere. It used to be called a city with 100 churches. So you will see church really everywhere in town. However, they're not used as church anymore for most of them. Some have been transformed into condo apartment and are beautiful. This massive volume. You've got those beautiful colors from the windows that are coming through. Big volumes and so much history in them. So that would be quite nice to live in one of them. Church is still quite present, not in the day-to-day because people have stopped going to church around the end of late 60s, but in a in the language, you will hear a church word when you use swear words. So they've been changed to swear words. So the tabernacle or the hostie are two examples. I'll put a link to a video. This video is in French. You need to speak French. From Dodo Fun. She made a very good video explaining how to swear in French Canadian and where that's coming from. Well, I'll put the link here and in the comments below, so feel free to have a look. And then don't try to use those words all the time because you will look like someone who has absolutely no class at all. So it's just good for you to know what that means and where that's coming from, but try to be polite and don't use those words every time. Yeah, so I'm gonna go home. Actually, I'm meeting another friend for dinner and then I'll have a sleep. I'm getting quite hard time to go over jet lag this time, just because I went to Europe, so I was starting to get adjusted to European time, and then I'm back into North America, so makes it a little bit difficult. Last night I went home and 6 p.m. I fell asleep watching YouTube, woke up at 11:45, just went to Tim Hortons to get a sandwich, and then I went to bed again. So today I'm feeling a bit better, but I know if I go home now I might sleep. Hello again, I am back home. My plan was to go and film the small alleys that we have in Montreal. In between many big streets, there's always a small alley, and find some that are really beautiful. But you may have noticed the weather was getting more grey and grey, and actually you didn't feel it, but it was getting colder and colder. Started the day with a t-shirt, then I had a light sweater, and then I had my jacket, and it was freezing. So after filming the last video, I changed my mind and went shopping. So the idea was to get something a bit warmer. Of course, I didn't buy that, I bought something else. So I went to two stores that I don't have where I live. The first one is called Simon's. It's a clothing store, so we're gonna do a haul. This is Simon's, and I went to the other one that you might have where you live. It's called Bodyworks. I bought candle for two reasons. First, because I like them, and there's no Bed Bath Body Works where I live. I usually buy candles when I go to Singapore. There's one there, but the shop is not very big, and it's only have 2 shops for Singapore, so the price will be higher. It's a franchise, so of course they need an extra commission. So and it was a sale. I bought candle one for this Airbnb because it's clean and nice, but the bathroom is a little bit humid, so there's sometimes smell of humidity. So I'm gonna have the candle there, not even burning, just open. It's so strong. So I'll start with that. I bought limoncello. So it's from the soap and the kitchen range, and it's really nice. It smells like lemonade. I also bought this one that getting me ready for winter. So it's nice, even the lid is quite pretty. I had this one last year. I had quite a few from the same range around winter and cedar trees and stuff like that, and I like them. It smells like when you walk in the forest and it's pine trees and a little bit maybe of yeah, it's warm, it's sweet, it's really nice. So those are this is my shopping from Bed Bath Body Works. Now clothing. So Simon's is a chain from Quebec. I don't even think they have them in the rest of Canada, or maybe Toronto. So I went shopping and get some clothes. So let's unpack when I do a new fashion show. So I've read it on a haul before. It's my first one. Quite excited. I'll start with shirts. So I wear shirts when I work in the office. So I bought two to start to replace a little bit my collection. So this one is quite nice. The fabric is strong enough, so it's not too thin, not too cold. It's a very lovely material. I think it'll look cool. I've got this one, a similar style, but a different brand, and it's darker. Here we are, and it was, the price was like $59 Canadian, so it's really, really worth it. I found some good prices at Simon's. I bought some ties, so I won't be wearing them because I don't have a white shirt with me, and it won't go with those shirts. The first one is actually green, just a little bit of color with a white shirt, and it's still some blue in it, so it'll go nice with jeans. And then the other one is a stripy one, it's a bit more classic. And then I bought two t-shirts. This one is really, it's made by a Quebec company that is called En Poche à Montréal, which is made with in pocket in Montreal. So it's quite nice. It's got a deer, a reindeer here. There was some with poutine and other stuff, but poutine was a little bit too yellow. So this is still classic enough, but it's nice, a t-shirt with a small pocket. And I had a different one last year, but from the same collection, the Atari. So if you are too young, you might not know what Atari is. It was a PlayStation, a gaming station that I had early 80s, and back then I didn't have it for long, just because back then we only had one television at home, and on it was only one input on the back, and so we used to have the VHS recorder on it. And so when I had to play, I had to unplug the VHS and put my Atari. But a few times I didn't plug it back correctly, or if there was anything wrong with the television, even if it's not linked with Atari, it was because of my Atari. So I just we got rid of it, I think after 6 months. I think I was told not to use it anymore. So that's how I end my day. I'm going for dinner now. Tomorrow is a busy day. I'm meeting a friend for breakfast. I'm meeting my virtual YouTube friend Yves Martel. We're gonna have lunch together, and also might be possibility of having another YouTuber which is very talented, called Jeff Ronette, and another dinner in the evening. So in the meantime, after eating all that food all day, I might go and have a walk somewhere if the weather is alright. So have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.